Well, a couple of good wins for the Dodgers and a couple of bad losses. It's been a really up and down week to start off June for the Dodgers. My name's Ryan Bershiger. She is Monse Bolaños. This is the Sick Podcast, the Dodgers Zone. Let's get into all of it.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to the Sick Podcast. The Dodgers Zone.
Cortez delivers. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone! Gibby, meet Freddie. Game 1 of the World Series.
The sickest LA Dodgers podcast.
Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. If you have a sombrero, throw it to the sky.
Start the party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, really interesting week of Dodger baseball, and there's a couple different angles that we're going to discuss. Again, it's been an up and down week, so it's hard to really focus in on a couple specific things, but we'll get to all of them. Monse, you just came back from Dodger Stadium. Of course, the Dodgers are in San Diego right now with the Padres, but you work at the stadium. And you made it here, luckily. The 101 was only stopped for a little bit, so you're here now.
I was like, y'all, I just want to do this podcast. Can you wait to protest on the freeway? If I would have just been 5 minutes earlier, maybe if I wouldn't have gone to the restroom getting off of work, I think I would have skipped it. That's how close I was. So, yeah, I got stopped because of the protesters on the 101 freeway. But you know what? My day started off pretty well. I'm not going to lie to you. I did have a nice chat with Tyler Glasnow in the elevator today. There was filming going on at the stadium, and I can't tell you what it is because it is a big show with big recognizable names. So once it's out, we'll bring it back on the podcast and we'll talk about it. But he had no idea what was going on. And so I had to tell him, I don't know if you can go on the field, jokingly, but I was like, I can't go on the field. You probably can. And he did go on the field and he threw some balls, not just on the side, but he went on the pitcher's mound and he threw some balls and he looked good. He looked comfortable. He looked very relaxed when he walked in. You would have thought he was looking for the beach in his slides and his hair up, legit, it was that he looked good to me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then I also ran into Roki Sasaki a hot second also. I think the filming that was going on threw everybody off. And so I think players were like, I am going to go. I can't do what I came to do if there's filming going on in the stadium. But Roki Sasaki I did not see him do any physical work or any throws or anything like that. But Tyler Glasnow was out there and it seemed like he was happy and everybody was happy with how he was feeling.
Great. This is good news. This is good to hear. Of course, the pitching staff is rather decimated, and the Dodgers are kind of limping by with where the staff is at. We're recording this ahead of Tuesday night's game where Lou Trevino is going to start. He's, of course, not a starter, so that's kind of where we're at. Matt Sauer is back again after being DFA'd, I think, again, and Jose Urena got DFA'd, and probably we'll see him in 3 days. Honestly, with the way that things are going for the Dodgers, that's just they're just churning through the free agent pitchers out there.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. I think they're just trying to figure it out as they go. If you think about it, we have 3 starting pitchers. If we really think about it, we have Yamamoto, Dustin May, and Kershaw. That is what we have. So I think they're with Sauer, I know he's been with the team. He traveled with the team. So I think the expectation was for him to start today. Obviously, I think they're just kind of trying to figure it out and piece it together as they go along, because figuring it out today doesn't mean you're figuring it out tomorrow. They're piecing together all these games because right now, 3 starters. And I don't know if Kershaw's going to get another good outing like he did. Obviously, I'm hoping for it with 7 strikeouts, 17 away from 3,000. Let's go.
Yes.
But it is Kershaw. And so it's we're very, decimated, definitely pitching staff, and they're figuring out as we go.
So let's talk about that. Of course, Tony Gonsolin's also around, but we're getting a lot of standard Tony Gonsolin starts, which are 4 innings and 90 pitches, and he's really laboring, and sometimes it results in a lot of runs. Landon Knack has given us a couple of strong spot starts here and there, and that's been super helpful. But they've been calling on, a lot of bullpen arms, a lot of random guys. I'm wearing my Filipino night jersey. For those, yes, okay, I know I am not Filipino. I that's out of the bag. I might shock you, but I am not. But my soon-to-be wife is, and so our family has gone to Filipino Heritage Night for the last few years, and so we got our jersey. That was this past Tuesday night, and by the way, this jersey is my favorite of the bunch. It's phenomenal.
Oh,
look at these patches. Look at this. Like, these are legit patches. You get the legit flag, and this one, of course, you get.
The world champions patch.
World champion patch
on the sleeves. Looks good.
Which is awesome. Yeah, the last couple years didn't have actual patches like this, so these are actual stitched on patches. Love it. Fantastic.
Yeah, you can see the difference from afar.
It's so good.
Yeah.
This was also featured on the national broadcast on TBS, by the way. For those who did not see, my soon-to-be wife's family and I were in the first 10 seconds of the national broadcast on TBS that night, which was so wild.
True. I can confirm. I can confirm.
We had one of the stadium photographers take our picture with my phone and with their camera.
Sure.
And so we were standing there for the picture, and then a guy comes up with a TV camera and just kind of films us for a few seconds, and we wave hi. The camera said Spectrum on it, so I just assumed it was for Spectrum Sportsnet for the standard broadcast. And then my uncle was actually the first to catch it. When he was, he likes to record the games and watch them back. Thank God he did. So he texted us halfway through the game, and he caught us on TV. I didn't think it would even be on TV. And so thankfully he caught it, sent us the clip. If you want to check it out, it's on my Twitter account at Ryan Berchinger. But we'll talk more about my experience at that game later. That was the game the Dodgers did walk off in extras against the Mets. It was a ton of fun, and Kershaw started that game. But he didn't have his best stuff, and he was pulled from that game in the 5th inning. And that game, too, he had to labor through the 1st inning and then was able to get through the next couple innings fine. But in that inning, for whatever reason, I felt like he shouldn't have been left in at the latest. Like, he shouldn't have been pitching to Pete Alonso in that inning, and he was still in there. I think Dave was thinking about adding to Kershaw's win totals for his career, because of course if you don't go 5 innings, you don't get credited for the win. But he got pulled after, I believe it was Alonso or maybe it was Lindor. Drilled one at Max Muncy, and it went through Muncy's legs. If Muncy fields that ball cleanly, Kershaw gets out of that inning fine, and everything's fine. When Kershaw was pulled from that game, despite the fact that it was now a tie ball game in the 5th inning, I gave Kershaw a standing ovation. I don't care where I'm sitting. I came into that game being like, all right, listen, this might be the last time I see Clayton Kershaw pitch in person. And I really genuinely think everybody who's going to a game where he is pitching this year, you have to treat it like that, because you don't know. And this goes into my point about what happened with St. Louis. When I was at that game, I saw a handful of people around me also do the same, but a lot of other people didn't even clap when he's getting pulled from the game, because they're thinking, he just it's a tie game now. What are you doing giving this guy a standing ovation? I do not care about the results of Clayton Kershaw's outings this year. I just want to see him pitch, and I want to thank him for his incredible career. In St. Louis, he had a great outing, but the story after that game was because prior to the start of the game, the Cardinals played the highlight of Matt Adams hitting the go-ahead home run off of Kershaw in the year 2014. Okay, when I was in college still. This is a highlight. Listen, great moment for the Cardinals. I get it. It was also over 10 years ago. And I've seen a mixed bag of reactions to this. Clayton himself was asked about it. And I want to pull up his exact quote, because I think it's important to know what his exact quote was. And of course, it has now escaped my phone. I had it up ready to go.
He called it bush
yes.
league.
Yes.
He handled the question right. He's like, yeah, like I didn't like it, but what are you gonna do? And it's kind of bush league, you know. I'm with you. Like, I think, like, in the grand scheme of things, it's like, yeah, I guess Cardinals, if you want to do that, you can do that. But to do it to Kershaw, I think is where it's like, this guy is the legend for the Dodgers, will be a Hall of Famer, a 3-time Cy Young Award winner, and here he is. So it's just kind of like, in a way, it's like if you would have done this, I don't know, to somebody else that's not Kershaw, it's not. It makes it just like a little bit, I guess, funnier. But it's like, I didn't think it was funny. I was like, okay, were you trying to psych this guy out? Like, don't worry, it's not the playoffs. He's fine. You know, like, I thought it was kind of like also stupid to do, but they got what they wanted because it became a topic of conversation for everybody.
Yeah. So. And the Dodgers got what they wanted, and Clayton got what he wanted because he then proceeded to pitch his best outing of the season thus far, right after having that happen. The most strikeouts he's had since 2023. Yeah, it was just great.
Everybody was telling me he's only going to get 2 at a time, and I was like, I don't care. And then he went out and got 7.
Yeah, so he's 17 away now, which is great. He's closing in. He should get it before the All-Star break. It's awesome. Oh. His exact quote was, I think it's a little bush league, but I don't expect anything less from these guys. And I believe people are saying, I was trying to find the actual audio of it. I don't think it was in the broadcasted news conference.
I agree. I could not find out audio either. And I kept fighting because it makes a difference. It's like, how did he say this? Like, are we making a story out of nothing? Because the way Kershaw has always operated is kind of very like, he doesn't want to make a story out of anything. So I really did want to hear it because I bet you it was even less than what you get reading from it. I bet you like he was, you know what I'm saying? Just the way Kershaw is, but yes, I don't disagree with Kershaw's response to it.
Yeah. And especially, again, knowing Kershaw and my read on this, I do think that this was, some people read this as mad. I read it as dismissive. I thought he was just kind of brushing off and saying like, hey, you know, it's a little bush league, but it is what it is. Like, I don't expect anything less from them. Like, it's kind of, I think he was really, truly just being pretty nonchalant about it. I don't think it actually bothered him.
That's exactly how I agree. 100%. I really was like, this is a nothing burger. You guys are making his comments something. And I agree. I bet you he just dismissed it because he's not that dude. Like, yeah, I'm with you, Ryan. I agree, but I could not find sound.
But the bigger point I wanted to make is, and this is why I keep saying, like, I wish we would know that it was Kershaw's final season. And I don't think this should make a difference in terms of how other teams treat him, but let's just say that the Cardinals know that this is the last time this first ballot Hall of Famer is going to be pitching in their stadium. And this is an organization and a fan base that loves themselves, that prides themselves as being the finest, best organization in baseball in the way that they respect the game more than anyone. You think they would then troll a first ballot Hall of Famer in the last time that he's going to step foot and pitch in their ballpark? No. So they should be giving him, everybody should be giving him that level of respect. And that's where it bugs me, is the fact that they are digging up something from over 10 years ago to try to get under the skin of a guy who has been nothing but phenomenal for the sport of baseball, who is going to be enshrined in the Hall of Fame the second he is eligible to do so. And you think of the ways that different teams and different ballparks will honor guys in the last time that they're coming to their stadium. And that's where this left a foul taste in my mouth, because this is just another instance of St. Louis showing their ass and being like, yeah, we insist that we do everything the right way, that we have the best fans in baseball, that we're the best run organization in baseball. Yet when a guy comes in who has earned and deserves their respect, they refuse to give it to him by digging up something from literally over 10 years ago. This is not the same as when the Dodgers, I'm sure, played highlights of Game 5 when the Yankees were in town. That was less than a year ago. They are the reigning world champions. They have every right to do that. Most of, if not almost all of that Yankees team are the guys that they beat. And they deserve that. this is over 10 years ago. You're digging up something just to try to get under his skin. And this is a guy who is deserving of your respect. It's ridiculous.
You are not wrong at all, Ryan, especially like that's a perfect example because the Dodgers using what happened in the World Series, Game 5, whatever, it was attacking the entire team and a World Series moment. It wasn't going after one particular player and putting something on loop to try and get to you. Like, this was like, hey, this is what happened not long ago, remember? And like, yeah, y'all lost, but it wasn't trying to get a poking, making fun of you. And I, totally agree with you. If this was the Padres who did this, you would be like, those damn Padres, damn it, right? Like, we would be talking about it. And when you saw that it was the Cardinals, you're like, really? You guys? This is, you wanted to do this to Kershaw? Okay, like, I totally agree with you. I was surprised you thought it would come from the Padres. Honestly, I mean, they have done that. So with the crying Kershaw meme, like, it would not be surprising if it was the Padres, but it was surprising coming from the Cardinals.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think, especially to put this in even further context, again, this is over 10 years ago. There's nobody left on that team. Okay. Adam Wainwright's not there anymore. Yadier Molina's not there anymore. Okay. Matt Adams isn't in the league anymore. He last played in 2021. Okay. He played in like a handful of games for the Rockies 4 years ago. He's still in his 30s, by the way, so it's a little embarrassing that he's still not in the league. But hey, that's how long it's been since Matt Adams has been in the league. So, hey, whatever, you got your laughs off, fine. I did want to give Cardinals fans credit for giving Tommy Edman such a warm welcome when they in his first plate appearance of the series. But then they pulled this shit, and I'm like, oh, that's right. You guys suck. That's right. I forgot. I was gonna give you guys credit for that, but no, you don't. You don't deserve it. Let's look at what's been going on with the team more so on the field. As I said, there's been a handful of good wins. The Monday night against the Padres is a strong win. I know Dustin May had a really rough game. He was not able to strike anyone out, and that was really rough to see. But great work on the bullpen. Yeah. And Tanner Scott has actually has stepped things up his last couple outings. He's getting saves. He struck out Manny Machado. It goes down in the books as a strikeout. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And technically, it ABS would have said it was a strike. So
it was. And listen, I understand the frustration in that moment though, because the first pitch that Machado got from Scott was almost in the same spot, and they called it a ball. But it does get the corner. It's like, no. It's one of those where it's like he called it a ball the first time, but in reality, it hits the corner and it is a strike. But that was the best. That video that the ump was wearing and catching Machado like in his face, I've never seen anything like that. And I was like, that was freaking awesome. I was all about that. Keep have those umpires have a camera like that because that was so good. That was so good.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen that more because we do get a lot of ump cams and we get a lot of arguments, especially this season. But this, hey, we finally got really, really just a wonderful shot of Manny Machado. I couldn't have happened to a better person. I think there's something that needs to be pointed out about the Dodgers offense. Overall, the offense has been strong. There's been games where they show up like crazy with runners in scoring position, and that's awesome to see. But then there's games where the offense really does disappear. It tends to be whenever Yoshinobu Yamamoto is pitching.
Why is that?
Yoshi. It's not right. It's one of those phenomena that we see with a lot of aces. We've seen for a long time where there are some guys who just simply do not get run support, and it's bizarre. But it brings me no pleasure to do this. But it needs to be discussed. Teoscar Hernández has been awful since returning from his injury. And people have started to notice it, especially on Monday night where he could have caught a ball. I understand, you still got to make a play on it. It wasn't super easy to catch. But
but you thought he could catch it. It's like, no, you could catch that. He obviously read it wrong, like coming off the bat or something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But a lot of our struggles and a lot of times where guys are being left on, Teo is still batting right in the middle of that order, as he should. He is that guy. His RBI numbers are still great because he was producing like crazy prior to his injury.
Correct.
But ever since coming back, he is giving very uncompetitive at bats, and I don't know. There's not much to really do about it other than be like, what the hell, dude? Why is this happening? We know how good you are. This shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, I might be off, but I think he's had one hit in like 23 at bats. And if I'm off, it's 24 at bats. You know what I'm saying? Like he's had one hit, and I don't know if he's not 100% and he's just trying to power through, or if right now it's just a bad slump that kind of stands out because we're so used to him delivering in moments that matter. And like you said, it's like we're either scoring really well with runners in scoring position or hitting really well with runners in scoring position, or we leave them all in freaking scoring position. It's every time that happens, you're like, man, this is the same old song and dance. This is the same old song and dance we've complained about for years. And I don't know if it's just like the stress of the pitching staff, but it's like they also went through this last year, but it just seems a little bit worse this year. It does seem a little bit harsher to get through right now, but it's only June. June. So with Teoscar, if he's not injured, keep him in and let him get out of it. Now, if he is injured and he is fighting through it, maybe take him out of the lineup. Maybe give him a second to, I don't know, rejuvenate himself. But like, it seems, I wonder if he's not 100% healthy right now.
It really seems like it. With the way he's performing at the plate, we're just seeing a lot of really uncompetitive at-bats from Teoscar, and that really is a testament to just how valuable his presence in the lineup is. Again, I don't know if he still leads the team in RBI, but he was for quite some time. I know it was a conversation by some members of baseball media in the last week or two about like, hey, why Shohei Ohtani batting leadoff when his power numbers are so great, but he's not got so many RBI? Listen, you want Shohei Ohtani having the most at-bats out of anyone. He also is a traditional leadoff hitter in that he's the fastest guy on the team and he gets on base like crazy. And of course his power numbers are always going to be there. And his RBI total is lower because for the first month of the season, the bottom part of the order was not producing. Now he's got Hae-Sung Kim hitting ahead of him, hitting over 400. So he's getting on base like crazy, which by the way, after going to my first game with Kim there, the public address announcer says Hae-Sung Kim. And I believe the broadcasters say Hae-Sung. So
I thought it was Hae-Sung.
Yeah. Hae-Sung is probably more accurate. I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm not gonna pretend like I know. I don't. I think we'll continue to say Hae-Sung until we're told otherwise.
And just to confirm with you, Teoscar still has the most RBI for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
He still leads 44. Freddie Freeman comes in at 41. Antipaja is coming in at 40. Then Shohei Ohtani 39.
And that's super impressive given the fact that he missed 2 weeks and he's still leading the team. So he's so important to this offense. And I think that's a big reason why we're seeing the offense falter in many of these games, because if Teo is not hitting in the middle of that lineup, it really does impact a lot of things. Luckily, Andy Pajes has stepped it up. Like, it just continues to improve. I don't even want to say stepped it up because I think this is really who he is. Like, he's a genuinely good defensive outfielder, which is awesome to see. He's steadily improving, and I think he's really becoming. He could potentially be an all-star this season. Like, he's been that good. Yeah. So, credit to Andy. But just to like further contextualize what we've seen from Teo for the last 2 weeks here. Over the last 15 days, Teo is 6 for 48. Michael Conforto is 6 for 28. So that, I think, completely lays out just exactly how much he's struggling. So let's close things out here. First of all, before I want to talk about a little things that I experienced at the stadium at Filipino Heritage Night. But before we get that, Monse, I want to get your thoughts on. Of course, we're finishing out this series with the Padres. Then we got the Giants. Then we got the Padres again. What do you want to see from the Dodgers over this next week plus?
Obviously, big divisional games coming up. We need to win every game, but let's be realistic, because that's going to be very difficult to do based on our pitching situation. So I know it's going to be difficult to like even win more than lose, but I just want to see, hitting when it matters. Like, let's say we lose, but did you guys get those runners in scoring position in when we were down? Did you cut that deficit? Like, it's all great and dandy if you're scoring when we're already up, or if you're hitting when we're already up. So what I'm hoping to see against the Padres and the Giants is individual performances from those that have struggled in moments that matter, even if it doesn't lead to a win. I just want to see performances when they matter. Hits here, hits there. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, be aggressive, even if it doesn't come out to a win. I need to see that against the Giants and the Padres.
Yeah. Agreed. Especially when it's a patchwork pitching staff right now.
Exactly.
It's more important to see how the offense performs. Really quick update that I wanted to throw in too. Of course, as Monse mentioned off the top, you have got Tyler Glasnow at the stadium throwing off of the mound, which is great. Roki Sasaki is there on the comeback trail. Shohei Ohtani had his third bullpen session today, and for the first time, Dave Roberts said that we might actually see him pitch prior to the All-Star break. So, hey, listen, anything's possible.
I understand. Desperate times call for desperate measures. I also think he wouldn't do it if he wasn't ready, right?
Yes.
Like he's probably been pushing for it.
Yeah.
And they're probably the ones holding him back to make sure that he is not feeling the need to come out and do this because of the situation. So, hey, give the people what they want.
Yeah. I think the reports were he threw around 45 pitches today, which is like second, third week of spring training sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's great to kind of, put into context where Ohtani is at in his path. You're looking at getting spring training level reps in, which means that the debut is coming. Like it is actually getting closer than we expected. So we're very eager, very excited for Ohtani to take the mound. Yes, as I mentioned, I was at the stadium last Tuesday night. Had a great time. Luckily got to watch a great game. Dodgers won in extra innings on a walk-off where so I was sitting up left field, near the left field foul pole up reserve, so fairly high up. But I had a wonderful view of Brett Beatty just kind of watching that fly ball to end the game.
Nice.
Which was really confusing. And watching the highlight on the after the fact, it wasn't even as funny as the way I saw it, where I'm looking down and it was as if you've ever played a baseball video game and a ball is hit to the outfield, and for whatever reason the game glitches and the outfielder then just like stands there for a second.
Yes.
And then you're moving him over to like the spot to catch the ball, and then he like overruns it, and then he's just standing there. Like that's what happened. That is like he just like completely glitched and then just watched the ball land next to him, and then that's it. Max Muncy with glasses has been wonderful. So that's he homered twice that night. And Freddie was the one with the walk-off hit. So really fun game. But it has to be mentioned, Monse. I told you guys about it, and this is the second time that I've gone to a game this season in which a specific food item that we were in line for sold out. Prior to us getting to this is we were trying to get the it was an ube shake. It was an ube bread pudding shake, which looked phenomenal, and people had it, and we're like, oh, we got it. We're there over an hour before the game. Like, there, of course we're going to be able to get it. So we get into the line, and literally two people in front of us, and the one of the people at the stands yells out, "We're out of the ube shake. We are sold out." And this was 6:12, I believe the time was. This is almost an hour prior to first pitch. They sold out, and this is what happened last time with the the flaming hot Cheetos elote that we wanted to get, which again was prior to the start of the game. So I wouldn't bring these up if it wasn't the fact that it sold out before the game even started, and this is this. So I'm a little, now I can start calling it out a little bit because maybe don't advertise something if you're going to sell out of it an hour before the game starts.
Yeah, it seems like, how much did you have an hour before? And then they weren't bringing it back, right? Because how sometimes they'll be like, we ran out, but we're getting more. They'll be back. Come check in 30 minutes. So, I'm sorry, Ryan.
It's okay. We had the adobo nachos and they were excellent. So
okay, there you go.
We still got some. And in fairness to them, again, like ice cream machines can be temperamental like crazy. They can get overworked and explode on you. I understand that. Also, they were taking the orders for them, and then the line was forming to receive them, and they kind of did us a favor because the line to retrieve your order of the ube shake was gigantic. Yeah. So that was probably 3-4 times the length of the line to order. Good. So you know what? Maybe they did us a favor because that's would have taken forever. Yeah, but otherwise, a great experience. Otherwise, had a couple Dodger dogs, had some free Yakults. That was a good time. So you know what? I'll take. But yeah. Fun game, and glad we got to see a win because if we went to the game after that, we would have been miserable. So
that was not good.
And all the way around. So, but all right, we can leave it. We can leave it there. So until next time, again, we got some big matchups in the NL West. Monse, I'm not going to be here for a couple weeks. I've got a lot going on.
You got things to do.
I have major life events coming. So, but Monse will be back with you, and Bo should be. Bo forgot his computer. I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. He doesn't have his computer where he currently is, and he was supposed to, but he forgot. So he wouldn't even forget. He took it out and then forgot to put it back into his backpack. Anyway, this is the Sick Podcast from the Dodger Zone. As you saw, my name is Ryan Berginger. She is Monse Bolaños. Follow us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We enjoy and appreciate all of you. So until next time, I'll see you in a while. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is the Sick Podcast, the Dodger Zone. Domo arigato, everyone. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast, the Dodger Zone, on YouTube, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.